Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. It is Friday night after hours. I've got one of my projects that I've had put on the back burner on the table here. I'm fixing to start putting it together, and I'm gonna do a video every night putting this thing together and see if anybody likes it. This is what I'm starting out with. This is a throw together project. This is find whatever you've got in the shop and put it together to come up with something. And this is going to be a little computer desk for my nephew. This was a bar back that was a reject. It is just a V-groove siding that is mounted on a piece of 1/2 inch. And I've had this sitting in the shop for a while. A lot of times when I get an idea for a project, whatever I've got in the shop that I can use for it, I'll go ahead and kind of start cutting it into pieces that I can use and set it to the side so I don't forget what I'm doing. But this is what I've got right here. I'm going to start putting this together. This is going to be the outer shell. We're going to have an outer shell, which is a thing I've started doing with a lot of cabinets. I'm kind of playing with that design. But like I say, this is a throw together. So anyway, it's going to be an outer shell, and then I've got a face frame that was a reject here. I've already got it cut down, but we'll be putting that together for the inside of the cabinet, and it'll make more sense when you start seeing it put together. Anyway, let me set you up here. My custom camera stand, and I'm going to try to talk loud enough to where you can hear me. I know it's hard to hear. It is hard to hear on some of these videos. I'm doing all this on a little cheap cell phone. If I get a few more subscribers, I might try to upgrade and do something better. Anyway, let's start with this. We got our outer shell here that I'm going to put together. Like I say, this was an old bar back that I've already cut up. This is the top. I've mitered it all the way around 3 sides. So I'm gonna glue that up. And this being what it is, this is like I said, this is siding. This is a wood siding that's mounted to a piece of plywood here. The cuts you get on it are not going to be super accurate just because of the way it is. But this is, like I said, this is a throw together project, so there's going to be some Bondo, some caulk. This is just something fun to do. I get my glue in there. I like to coat the whole surface, the whole mating surface with glue. If anybody's got any questions on anything, if you're interested in it, just send me a comment. Ain't nothing like Bondo and putty. We're going to have some of that on this project for sure. Sometimes some of my most fun projects that I've done have been just throw together projects. Kind of reminds me when I was a kid, pulling old nails out of a board and using a rock to hammer them in and make a damn treehouse. To me, that's one of the most fun things to do in woodworking is just to grab something, just start throwing it together. No measurements. Well, no measurements per se. Of course, you measure to get all my pieces here. but it's one of those to where I just took what I had and worked with it. Now, try to angle that to where I don't shoot my finger. And I hope y'all can hear. Like I say, I'm going to try to be loud enough. I've just got 18 gauge 1.5 inch nails. Putting this together, and this is part of that same, this is part of the bar back too. This is going to be my front edge. When we're done, we'll have a shell with a cabinet inside of it. I've been playing with that design for a while now. I've got a few projects where I've done that. It's a real neat look. Some people like it, some people don't. That's the way with anything. Like I say, I know my cuts on here, being what it is, they're not super precise. By the time it's all said and done, nobody will know. It'll look like it was meant to be. I have, other than this, I got an old bed that I'm going to refinish. I've got pieces for a dresser sitting to the side. I've got a simple little footstool I want to do. I've got several things I want to get on video here. Like I say, I like to spread the glue. I like to cover the whole mating surface. Really ain't that big a deal on this. You know, as long as it sticks, it sticks. But if you cover the whole surface, then a lot of times that glue will fill in from the inside and you don't have to use any putty. Even though it'll look like a crack, it'll be filled with glue already. Figure out which way this thing is going. Don't be afraid of the glue. That's what I was always taught. You don't want to throw so much of it on there that it's just wasteful. So don't be afraid of it running out, especially if it's painted. Now, if you've got something that you're going to stain, you want to really watch the glue on it, but painted, it'll wash off, it'll sand off, and it'll be fine. My hole on my glue is just about clogged up. I should have cleared it before I started the video, but I wasn't thinking. Like I say, it's Friday. It's after hours. I'm just having a little fun. Alright, that's the start of it. That is my outer shell. I'm going to stand it up here. Now, what I've got, the top of this thing, I've got 37 inches across, and I made it 31 inches. 30 inches is normal tabletop height. You can sit at it real easy with a chair. My nephew's about 6 foot, that's who this is for, so I made it an extra inch. Anyway, that is the outer shell. Let me turn it here so you can see it. That's going to be that. Then we've got a frame. I've got the frame set up to go there. We'll put that together on the next video, but that's going to be the face frame right there. Next video we'll put that together and get started on the cabinet itself. But for now I've got this shell and the glue is wet. So what I want to do right now is set this thing and leave it here for the night. So I'm going to make sure that these legs are sitting square. Like I say, nothing's perfect. This plywood's got a little warp now. You just gotta learn to roll with what you got. Alright, there we go. Everything's nice and square. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let that sit overnight. Come in the morning, I'll stick a couple of braces across the bottom of it and move it to the side, and tomorrow night I'll do a video. We'll start getting the frame together and go over everything else we've got. That'll be it. Alright, I'll see y'all on the next one. Appreciate it.